Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So today we're going to make face mask holders, and this is not my idea. I got a call from a friend who said she was making a face mask holder and had some beading questions. So I said, what is a face mask holder? And she said, it's an eyeglass holder, only it's for a face mask. And I thought, what a great idea. So whoever thought of that idea, really good idea. We're going to make them. So I'll show you a few that I made. And I love these masks. I'm going to share a link with you for these masks. If you're looking for some good masks that don't fall apart, because sometimes they just fall apart when you wash them. These have lasted a long time. So here I did this one kind of in fall colors. Here, this one is just, just with some jet beads. Got a little Halloween themed, little skulls for your little socially distancing trick-or-treater. And then here's my dressy one that I would probably wear for the holidays. So very cute. Here, I'll give you an idea what it looks like on. So here's a couple of pictures of me. You know how much I love to share pictures of myself. So here, you see how it comes down like an eyeglass holder? Very cool. So I love this idea. I thought it was a great idea. So I'm just going to clear this off. We're going to get a materials list going and we'll get started on this project. So as usual, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell if you enjoy my videos and want to get notified when I upload a new one. Thanks. Okay, let's get a materials list going. So you'll need some beads. Now, just go into your stash and pick out any beads you love. I picked out some beads that, I'm going to make a pretty simple one. This is what it's going to look like. So just pick out anything, any beads that you love. You can pick out cubes and bicones and rondelles, rounds, you name it, anything. Go back to your dollar bead box or your dollar bead bag. Use all your fire polish beads, all the 3mm and 4mm. Go to some of your collections, your other boxes, and just pick out a whole bunch of beads that you love. So I have here some 11-0 seed beads. I've got a jet rondelle. And I've got an 8-0 check seed bead, and this came out of one of the collections. It was one of the free mystery gifts. And I've got some soft flex beading wire. Now, I'm using fine, so it's 0.014 inches or 0.36mm diameter. You can go up or down a little bit, just as long as it's flexible enough for a necklace and and that you can get it through your beads. So this is fine. You could use very fine, or you can use, go up a little or down a little bit in diameter. I don't think it's going to matter. You'll need a couple of lobster claw clasps, and make sure that your clasp is going to fit around the strap of your mask. So, when you want to just pick the correct one, because some straps, that go around the ears are very wide and some are thin. And I have a couple of 4mm jump rings. They're already attached to my lobster claws, but if they're not, then you can attach them. You'll need a crimp bead. I'm using a couple of crimp covers because I like the way they look. Oh, these are great. These are little bead stoppers for wire, so they're little springs. These are great. I would highly recommend you get a bunch of these anytime you use wire, so your beads don't go flying off the wire. Then we've got some tools, so you'll need a wire cutter and either a chain nose, needle nose, whatever you want to call it, or flat nose. Either one or both will work out fine. So there you go. That's what you're going to need. So gather up your materials and we'll get started. So don't forget that everything that I use will be listed down below in the description box, as well, as links to the masks if you happen to want, like any of the masks I bought, or at least the brand I bought, because they're really good. I found they're good. Some, as I said in the intro, have just fallen apart when I washed them, but these have so far have lasted for a while. All right, so gather up your materials and let's get started. Okay, let's get started. So you're going to cut a piece of your wire about 36 inches. My finished piece, including the lobster claw, which adds, and the jump ring, which adds about 1 inch on each side, my finished is going to be about 26 to 28 inches. So you just have to decide how long you want it to come down. I found that worked well for me. So you want to just make sure you put on your little stopper and leave enough so that you can fold it over and put it through the crimp, a few 5-6 inches or so. All right, so I've already started mine. So you're just going to decide, so here's the end that I'll be beading with. So you just have to decide what you want your pattern to be. And I find, so I'm doing a simple one here, I find that if I put them all in a row and then I keep picking them up all in a row, I won't mess up, you know, because after a while you might just put on the wrong bead. So I'm starting with an 8/0, putting on a rondelle, another 8/0, and then I have 3 of my 11/0 seed beads. So that's my little pattern repeat there. So I'll let that go. And then if I come back to the beginning again and I put on my 8/0, my rondelle, my 8/0, and my 3 11/0s, then I'm always going to be right. So if I just keep repeating that, it's always going to come out the same. 8/0, rondelle, 8/0, 3 11/0s, 8/0, rondelle, 8/0, 3 11/0s. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do all the way down until I have, you know, a couple of inches short of how long I want it to be. You can also just do it all at random. What if you just throw a big pile? You ever have any bead soup left over? You know, after you've used done a lot of projects, and you have all these, oh, I have to put these beads away. Just use your bead soup and just you know, put it on at random. All right, so I'm going to finish my piece and then come on back and I'll show you how to do all the endings on it. All right, see you in a few. Okay, we're back and I'm done with my length. So I've ended with an 8/0 rondelle and 8/0, just like I began. 8/0 rondelle, 8/0. I'm going to take off my stop bead. I'm going to pick up a crimp bead like that. I'm going to bring my wire back around. Here, let me pop in a little bit more. Like that. And through a few of the beads. Your wire will kind of pop out like that. I'm going to pull that down a little bit, making sure you're very happy with how your loop is. That looks like a good loop. It's a good size one. Now I'm just going to give that a squeeze like that, and now I have my crimp on. All right, so get that done and come back and we'll put the crimp cover on. Okay, we're back, so let's put this crimp cover on. Now these often drive me crazy because they're just so hard to handle, but they look pretty. So here, I'm just making sure that the wire is fully inside and the crimp is fully inside the cover. Sometimes it's hard to get it to stay. Let's see, try again. So go like, okay, like that. And then we're just going to very slowly and gently, whoops, a little more gentle than that, squeeze it closed like that. Ah, made it. Do it gently though, because it can kind of get out of shape. Okay, that one worked. Yay! All right, so there we go. I'm just going to clip this thread like that, and you have this end on. And then all you're going to do is just going to take your lobster claw with the jump ring attached. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to pop that on, and I'm going to close it. And now you have one side done, just like that. So just how you want it. Okay, so then all you want to do is take this one off and do the same thing for this side. Just make sure when you put it on that you are, you know, your necklace is nice and fluid, and that when you do your crimp and everything, that you haven't, tightened it too much and made it, you want to make sure it's nice and fluid, but you don't want too much space. So that you'll just play with the end. You'll hold the beads, and then when you put it in, you push down a little bit to make sure that they're, everything is nice and fluid and doesn't have a lot of spaces. All right, so get that. I'll do the other one off camera, get that done, and then come on back and we'll attach it to our mask. Okay, we're all done, and here it is. And I think it came out great. So I'm just going to connect. So I'm just going to open my lobster, just slide it in, make sure it's in there nice and tight. There you go. I'm going to connect this one. Perfect. This is how it looks when it's done. So I think that's really pretty, and what a great little idea. Here are the other three. I just took them off the mask so you can see. And who knows, when we're not wearing masks anymore, maybe we can turn it into an eyeglass holder. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.